A very good afternoon to all our viewers and a happy Janmashtami. Thai Talk Season 2 is keeping the promise, and here we are again with one of our experts. So, today with us we have Miss Mona Bhatt, Vice Principal of Bhavnagar Public School. Mona ma'am is the Joint Secretary for ECA and she is the Vice President of TIE. So we are not going to waste time, and I hand over all the platform to Mona ma'am, and we keep hearing her. Welcome, Mona ma'am, and this is all
Thank
yours now.
thank you, Pooja ma'am, for this lovely introduction. And hello, my lovely audience. So, all this while I've been hosting this show, and today I'm here as a speaker, and it is a pleasure to be on Thai Talks. So, today the topic which I am going to present is rebranding failure. And before I just start the talk, I would like to share my screen, Pooja ma'am. So, just give me a second. Okay, can you see the screen? Okay. Slide. Okay, is the screen visible?
No, Mona ma'am, not yet visible. Not
Okay,
yet visible.
okay, just a second. I think can you help me?
So she's here with a very interesting topic. Till the screen is shared, it's all about rebranding failure, and I think it is a very topic to be talked about uh, for the children. And when we are working for the development of the children, it becomes very important to understand failures, coming back from the failures, bouncing back, all about resilience, all about pushing ourselves more after the failures. So I always believe, as the topic says, rebranding failure. That is all that failures is a step to success. So your ma'am is presenting the screen. Yes, Mona
Uh,
ma'am.
is it is it visible,
Yeah,
Pooja ma'am?
yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So now coming to the topic, I would just want to share why this topic is much needed. So we all know that failure, we all have faced failure in any like if you're as a child, as parents, as teachers, and even businessman, a leader. So failure is like it is always being with us. But how do we look at failure? Failure for us as humans is a very negative term. So today let's focus on how can we rebrand it. So here on this screen, as you can see, this is a person who is just holding his head because he's failed. But
Mona, can
now
I
he
make a
succeeds.
request here?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Mona, can you just put this on slideshow because the slide is little smaller.
Okay. Give me a second.
Slideshow and from the beginning so that we can see the slide.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, the slideshow button and from the beginning. Yes.
Is it? I have done it.
Yeah.
Can you see the
Okay,
full
Mona.
screen?
Mm, no, we
Is
cannot
it
see,
seen?
but it's not, the full screen is not shared, Mona. You'll have to use the slideshow button and from the beginning, the first button on the right, on
Yeah,
your.
I have done that. Okay, it is the slideshow and from the beginning.
Huh.
I did it. Is it there?
It is the same. No problem. You can continue, Mona. No problem.
Okay, I'll give F5. Now,
Mm, no, it's the same. No problem, Mona. You can continue.
okay, is that, can you see it actually?
Yes, yes, we can see. But if it is a bigger slide, it's easy to even see better. So, but this okay, Mona. That's okay.
Okay. So now moving forward, what can we see on the screen? You can see people there, and now it is you who have to decide whether they are successful or they are failures. So the first person you can see on the screen is Steve Jobs. We know Steve Jobs as the CEO of Apple company, right? So what we see is the tip of the iceberg. But what has he faced? He was forced to resign his own company. And after 12 years, he was taken back in that company. And you know what he said? He said that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that happened to him. Why did he say so? Because he knew the importance of failure. Coming up to Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is the American president, ex American president. He failed in business twice. He had a nervous breakdown and he lost 8 elections. Then we can see Michael Jordan, who is known as the ace basketball player. He missed 9,000 shots in his career. He lost 300 games. He missed the winning shot. And you know what is the winning shot? When his team had full faith in him, they thought that he would play that shot so that their team would win. He lost this shots 26 times. So then we have Walt Disney. We know him as a creator of Mickey Mouse. He was a school dropout, failed to join the army. His company went bankrupt, was fired from a newspaper for not being creative enough. And you know what? Here we know him because of his creativity. Can you imagine that? Uh, Harsha ma'am, are you there? Harsha ma'am?
Yes, Monu.
Okay, the screens are not seen. Are they seen?
No, only we are stuck only on the first slide, that is rebranding failure. That is the only
Okay,
slide that I'm
Harsha
able to
ma'am,
see.
I think I should just re-enter. Should I do that?
Yeah, that's okay, Mona. You can do that. No problem.
Okay, I'll just come back to the slideshow, right?
ठीक है.
Just a second.
Till Mona ma'am re-enters, we were just understanding what she was saying that about the icons of the world who have come down as stars after much failure in their life. So understanding all the topic revolves all about to make us understand that even the stars, the people who have outshined today, have always tasted failures in their life. So after the much, you can say a lot downfall in their life, they rose up to be with all that courage in them, with all that turning all the stones down, and they have rose high to the heights. So the topic I have loved, the topic which is rebranding failure. So what we have to do things when we fail in life, the times when we just fall down is the time that we rise much more better. There is a very good proverb which I have read, that the day that breaks you is the day that makes you. So this quote says is all. We don't loosen ourselves, or don't we just put ourselves down after we taste failures. Failures can be in any, like can be anything, in a small thing, in our routine also something goes wrong, and we become so judgmental, saying that "Okay, ye to mujhse nahi hoga." But I think there is that, yes, she's back, continuing with the topic.
I am back and I don't know whether it will work or not. I'm so sorry that there is a technical glitch at my end, but I'll just try and get through it. Okay. Is the screen seen?
Yeah, it's about to be seen, Mona. Yes, now yes, we can see.
Okay. The screen which you can see is the successful or failures.
Yes, yes, correct. Yes.
Okay, fine. So as we said that we talked about Steve Jobs, Abraham Lincoln, Michael Jordan. So here, can you see the next slide, Pooja ma'am?
Yes, Mona ma'am. There is
Okay,
Amitabh Bachchan on the.
okay. So as I said about Walt Disney, he was fired from a newspaper for not being creative enough. And the funny part is we know him because of his creativity. And now coming to everyone's favorite, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, the superstar of the millennium, legendary actor, rejected by All India Radio. So a person who is now known by his voice. In fact, I've been seeing the ad that now you can hear Amit Ji's voice on Alexa, and that person was rejected by All India Radio because of his voice. Isn't it a very, I should say, negative thing here? So, 12 consecutive flops. He went bankrupt, was rejected as he was considered too tall for his roles. And then coming to Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison is the inventor of light bulb. And can you imagine he failed 9,999 times attempting to make the light bulb. And when he was asked that for him what does he feel about failing so many times, and he had to say that I did not fail. In fact, I found 10,000 ways which did not work. And that is where we are going to brand this word failure. So, what is failure? Failure is everywhere in nature. Like, I would want to explain the law of wasted efforts. Do you know that when a lion goes hunting, 75% of his attempts are failed, and only 25 of his attempts are successful? So, do you think that after the failed attempt, he gets into depression, or he is nervous, he is in despair? No, he does his work, he doesn't get stuck at one place. So, this percentage, the main reason why this happens is because actually nature has given us the law of wasted efforts. For example, like when you see half of the eggs of the fishes are eaten up, half of the baby bear they die before they reach to puberty, and most of the seeds that fall off the trees are they don't grow. Also, maximum rainfall goes to the ocean. But that does not stop the nature. Then why we humans are on the negative side? Why does failure disturb us so much? That is because of the negative connotation that we are fed since childhood. It happens because from the very beginning, when we are children, when we go to school and we say, we are told, we are conditioned actually कि फेल मत होना, अच्छे मार्क्स लाना, नहीं पढ़ोगे तो फेल हो जाओगे. What is this fail? We have created a fear of failure in the minds of our children, isn't it? So now we humans actually stop trying when we fail. For us, fail is a shame. But we don't know that failure actually is a catapult. You can see here the catapult effect. Why? Because if failure brings you back, it brings you back to push you towards success. And so, this is how we can help change the word failure. How? how to overcome failure, how to learn lessons from failure, and how to take failure in a positive way is all about rebranding failure. So, here I'll try and explain failure as the acronym. Okay, so failure, the F stands for feel to heal. Once you have faced failure, you are full of negative emotions, painful emotions, you are discouraged, distressed, you are in despair. So, you need to feel your emotions. Do not hold the painful feelings, just feel. If and name your emotions. If you are angry, say I'm angry because of what happened. I'm angry. You are sad, you are fearful. If you are in shame, and if you are in frustration, don't try to just neglect those feelings, but you need to feel so that you can heal. Then process your emotions and try to work through it. If without feeling you would rush to fix your emotions, it will reoccur and take you towards depression. So, the first thing you need to do here is process your emotions first, name your emotions, process them, and then work through it. And why is working through very important? Because if you suppress your pain, that will lead to chronic pain, your sleep deficiency, heart diseases, and can also adversely affect your relationships, health, and your future success. So, before anything, when you face failure, so सबसे पहले you need to feel. Second, after you feel and after you have take your time, a day or an hour or month, to just accept your failure, accept that it happened, and remember it happens. Take your time, whatever time it may take, just take your time to accept what happened, and then stop the blame game. Stop blaming yourself and others for what happened. What you can do here is, whatever happened with you, whatever you faced, whatever feelings came into your mind, whatever neglect you faced, just write it down. Not writing, then reflect, think about it. But remember here, when you write or when you reflect or even when you speak, state only facts. By stating only facts here, I mean that you don't need to say कि okay, मैं फेल हुआ, इसकी गलती थी, or this happened, that is why I failed. You just have to be non judgmental. You don't have to justify your failure. You have to just write it down, just think about it, or speak to a counselor, a mentor, a friend, a family member, whoever you feel you can trust. Just go and accept your failures and remember, state only facts. I. Once you have gone through FA, then comes I. That is, identify your failure to diffuse the feeling of failure. So, as we all know, that whenever we fail to do something, for example, like it happens, okay, we try to make something very good, but it doesn't turn out good. A teacher tries to teach in the class, but somehow she or he cannot clear the concept. What happens? Berating self talks. The negative thought pattern in our mind starts. मैं ही ऐसी हूँ, मुझे ही नहीं आता, I think I am worthless, it is because I could not give my best. So all the negative thoughts, the negative talks start coming. We even start labeling ourselves negatively. That is, I am a failure, I am worthless, I am good for nothing. Why do you want this failures as an evidence to prove yourself worthless? Why do you want to do that? Whenever such thought come to your mind, the step 2 is question the negative thoughts. So when you feel When you self label yourself like I am worthless, ask yourself, is it true? Am I really worthless? Haven't I done anything? The thing here is, if you failed, it is because you tried. You did something, that is why you failed. So, the question yourself, question your negative thoughts. Step 3, find ways to diffuse this negative thoughts with affirmations. When you say, I am a failure, the affirmation here should be, I am capable of coming out of this and I'm capable of doing my best. Try journaling. Write it down as we said earlier. Introspect. Think about what happened, why it happened, and how can I make a change to it? How can I recorrect it? And then use mindful meditation. Meditation really helps. It helps you to stop worrying about your past, brings you back to the present. And when you are into your present, you get the boost to focus on your future. So, these are the 3 steps which will help you identify your failure so that you can diffuse the negative thoughts. Now comes L. L, what is L? L means the learning curve, the lessons that failure teach us. It is said that failure is a bend on the road. That is why I said the learning curve and not the end of the road. Failure is never the end of the road. The end of the road is when you stop trying, when you quit. So now let's see, what does failure teach us? Failure teaches you your weaknesses. It introduces you to your weaknesses, because when I'm standing near the swimming pool, I cannot say that okay, just do like this and you can swim. Once you get into the pool, and then you know how to move forward and how to swim. So failure helps you know your weaknesses and will train you how to overcome them. Because Rosa Luxemburg said that those who do not move do not notice their chain. An elephant tied with a chain would never know it is tied until and unless it tries to move. So if you are stuck up at one place, you will never know your capabilities, you will never know your strength, you will never know your power, and even you will never know your weaknesses. So in order to know your strengths and your weaknesses, you need to move. And if you move, you do fail, and this failure will lead to success surely. Now, success is never guaranteed. So when you say that failure teaches you that success is never guaranteed, how does it happen? So what happens that we have many ideas in mind, like we want to start a new business, but because of the fear of failure and because we know that success is not guaranteed, we don't try. So what are we doing? We've already failed. We failed in what? We failed in trying. But a person who has already failed in his life already knows that success is never guaranteed. So what that person will do? Will take risk. If not this, something else. If not this, something else. So that is how you move forward. Failure teaches you to embrace change. Now, how? What happens is that we have one mindset, okay, I want to do this and I will do it like this. A teacher, for example, in a class, how will she explain a sum? Okay, she has her own way to explain a lesson or explain a maths problem, and she'll do that. But not everyone will understand that same method or that same explanation. What that teacher has to do, needs to change the method. So if you fail in one method, you will be ready to embrace a change. You will bring a change in that method. So failure teaches you to embrace change. Then failure can be a source of motivation. Many people here, when they fail, they quit. But as we saw earlier, those successful people, if they had quitted, do you think they would be here where they are? No, because for them, failure was motivation. So sometimes failure brings you to that level where you are so much charged up to give it your best that success is no far from you. Okay, then comes my favorite one is failure teaches you to stay humble. How does it help you to stay humble? Generally, when we have this easy success, we know that people get arrogant. They have like the हम बोलते हैं ना कि सर पे चढ़ गया है, सक्सेस सर पे चढ़ गया है. So why does it happen? How does it happen? It is because they got that uh, easy success without failure. But a person who has reached success after facing many setbacks knows that how he reached this place and will always feel and behave in a humble way. And last, failure teaches us that not every idea is worth pursuing. Like, it may happen that I have many ideas in mind, but sometimes the ideas which I put up might not be worth implementing, or they might, even if you give your 100%, okay, you give your 100%, but then still that idea does not work. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई सेड दैट ओके, मैंने साइकिल को बहुत ही पेडल मारी 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 लेकिन मेरी साइकिल आगे गई ही नहीं. बट हियर यू फॉरगॉट समथिंग. साइकिल को पेडल से स्टैंड से उतारना ही भूल गए आप. सो 100% अगर आपने दिया है, देयर इज समथिंग विच was missing. If you start a business and you failed in your business, go back and see what did you miss, why did you fail. Then you have to filter your ideas, you have to analyze them, and then you need to implement those ideas. So all these uh, teachings only the L will give you, that is the learning curve from your failure. Then comes the U. So U means after learning your lessons from the L, come back to you, that is don't settle, unsettle till you upgrade yourself. How can you do that? Get rid of the creative blockage which you have in your mind, because once we have faced failure, our creativity stops for some time. You have to get rid of that blockage. Then there are chances, life has not ended, there are opportunities. You need to create a new route, you need to gain new insights, you have to find new directions. You don't have to settle here. That is why I said unsettle and then upgrade. And remember to remind yourself, a second chance is always available. You can set up new ideas, new goals, new strategies, plan new things, build up a team, put in your creativity, and success is no far. Then comes R, failure. The R or failure. Reset, rewire, and restart. How will you do that? Reset means shift your focus and set it to your next focus. Okay. Don't focus on where you failed. Shift it, go to the next option, which is very fine for you. Rewire your brain. Rewiring is a term of neuroplasticity, which refers to the brain's ability to restructure itself when it recognizes the need for adaptations. So, even your brain has that ability to rewire itself, to rearrange itself, then why are you conditioned to stuck on the failure? Why do you want to cry for failure? Just try and rewire your brain. Tell your brain that, okay, if this doesn't work, there is something else on my way. Then restart. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. And that is said by Martin Luther King. And you have to keep moving. You have to run until towards your goal, till your goal runs behind you. Remember, when you run towards your goal, there will be a time where you have to stop and your goal will run towards you. So, this is the R of failure. Now, E. Experience the transcendence. What is transcendence? Once you have overcome such a setback in life, once you have introspect, once you have just moved forward, you will come to that level where failure will never be a fright for you. It will never be able to move you. In fact, transcendence means existence or experience beyond the normal or the physical level. So once you are beyond that level, so you will be just moving forward without thinking whether I will fail or succeed. Your goal is just keep moving ahead. It is a climb beyond. So failure will change you. It will take you to the divine transcendence, which will give you a life altering results. So here I would like to quote what Albert Einstein said. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success, and actually, it is success in progress. So, here I would like to uh, end with a shairi in Hindi which says that, hello, am I heard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It says that मैदान में घुड़सवार गिरा करते हैं, वो नहीं गिरते जो घुटनों के बल चलते हैं. So, in order to fail, you need to climb. And if you fail, you will climb the success ladder. So, thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. I would like to end my talk over here.
Yeah, you have ended with a very wonderful quote. I mean, the shairi. So when I was listening to all that, it was all revolving about you. What you have to do, what we have to do, how can we bring ourselves. The example of the 9,000 times failing and then coming up. So that 9,000 times also gives you that courage, that one more time, that one more time. So in your failures also, you gather yourself, you know, as you said, you give time to yourself, don't become judgmental for yourself only. एक बार नहीं हुआ मतलब it cannot be done by me forever. No, the acceptance which we should have for ourselves, for our failures. So if we just summarize, the ifs and the buts are always there in our life. The failures will always be there if we try. अगर try नहीं करना है तो no failure is there, nothing you have to worry. So where you are saying that you have to do this, you have to. So it's all about us. It's all about here, our mind, and we have to walk with some failures in our life. With some failures at our path. A rough patch is always there in everyone's life. That is very true. So what you have all done, we have gathered here. So
Okay.
everyone walks a fair. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I would like to add something here because these days we've seen that this new generation actually is more into this depressive state. थोड़ा सा कुछ हो जाए तो सिर पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं, यार दे आर डिप्रेस, मेरा बेटा डिप्रेशन में. लाइक व्हाट डिप्रेशन? Why? I would blame teachers and parents over here. Why?
Yeah,
Because
we
when you
have
tell
parents.
them, Yeah, here I would say, when parents they talk to their child, they'll say, okay, तुम्हारी उम्र में तो मैं तो ये कर रहा था, okay, लेकिन आपने ये बताया कि उस वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए आपने क्या क्या खोया, where did you fail. You always want to share success stories, like all of us, we would always want to boast about our success, but did we share with our children that, okay, these are the places where we failed, it is okay to fail, failure is not the
That,
end. So
so I have
I would
read
always,
somewhere that it is better to talk, read about books about how people have failed and then how have
exactly,
overcome their failures.
exactly,
Yes, instead of reading
because
more of the success books.
yeah, so I would request parents and teachers that whenever you share success story, don't forget to share the failure story as well. This might help the coming generation. Over
So
to you,
yes, so
Pooja.
it is okay to say that I have failed. It is okay to say that I could not do, but then it is proud to say that I'm trying. So here we end, and I would thank again to you, ma'am, for being here and explaining. And the acronym was wonderful. I could not remember all of them, but yes, I
No,
have
no, 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 no.
absorbed.
It is
Yes,
okay.
but the few things I have noted down was wonderful. Thank you for being here, and yes, we promise again for the next Tuesday with one of our speakers from the